Alright guys, step 8 here for the Islands RB Battles Championship badge. Now this one could be super easy if you already play the game a lot, but yeah, we've got the link in the description. The game is called Islands. You may have all this stuff already, or you may be able to find some friends that will let you use the items, because after you get it, pretty much they could just give you all the items you need. But it says basically in the very beginning, there's a prompt and it tells you about what you've got to do. You've got to go talk to this fisherman guy over by your portal. Now, if you have never played this game, you're going to be on this island and you're going to have to kind of build a way over to the portal. Now, this is sort of like Minecraft. You have to kind of purchase and craft and make things. You can make some stuff to chop things down. If you want to know how to get started in the very beginning, lots of videos out there on novice, like starting out in the game Islands, but basically you're going to have to build a path to this portal. This guy's got some things you've got to get: some stone, some fish, some bread, some slime, some coral, and some tomatoes. So I'm going to show you basically how to get these items. Now there's some parts we're going to have to do some mining, and you're going to have to do some crafting. So yeah, it's sort of like the game Minecraft, but also again here, if you can get some friends that can give you these items, then it'll work out just fine. I mean, I've got friends here that are giving me these items. I will still show you where to go and what you need to do to get all these individual items. But yeah, it definitely helps out if you can have some people that are willing to just kind of give you what you need. So like right here, people were just willing to give me a bunch of stone. They can give you fish, they can give you bread, they can give you the slime, the coral, the tomato, and you can get this done like super fast. Or if you already have that stuff and you played this game many times before, you probably already have the badge. But you go through this little teleporter and you've got this town here. Okay, so there's some people there that you buy some stuff from. There is this little lake over here, and then over here you're gonna find there's some minerals that you can get, and you can get like iron, you can get ore, you can get stone over here as well. So see this just plain looking rock right there? Now those rocks are the ones that give you stone. So all you have to do is break enough of those to get the, I think it's just 5 stone that you need. I think most of these things you need 5 of, and the tomatoes I think you just need 1. So once you've got your stone, that is how you get the stone. You can give that to that guy. But also now the next thing you need is fish. So in order to get fish, you're going to need a fishing pole. In order to make a fishing pole, you're going to need some wood. So to get some wood, you're going to have to chop down some trees. So you want to make sure you you go through and you chop down some trees, because well, in order to be able to do that, I think you start out with some kind of basic rusty tools that you can use, but you can get some better tools. But basically just use what you've got, cut down a tree, get the resources that you need. You're going to need wood for a lot of these items. Then again, if you are not playing this by yourself or you're not new at it, you don't have to build all this stuff, because you're going to eventually have to make a sword, you're going to have to make a campfire, and you're going to have to make a cooking table. Right here is a cooking table. So you've got your main crafting bench, and that's where you go. And from the crafting bench, that's where you can see what you need. Like right here, you can see you need a certain amount of wood, a certain amount of iron, and then if you have those, once you have mined all of those items, then you can craft this table. And you're going to need this table to get the dough, and then you're going to need the fireplace for the bread. You're going to also want to mine some coal. So there's several things that you're going to have to get if you're just starting off and doing this by yourself. So starting from scratch, it could take you a long time. So I'd recommend, if you can, you know, get into a public server, maybe try to get some people to help you out. Talk to any of your friends in Roblox, see if they play Islands a lot, and see if they're willing to kind of help you with some of these items. Basically, anyone also who has already gone through and gotten this, they don't necessarily need those items unless they want to like use them for other things, or those items. They could just give them to you. You know, they've already got the badge. They could just give you all the items that you need. So once you make that fishing pole, you need to, of course, equip it like I just did. You have to put that there in your inventory, and then you want to be holding on to this. Go out to this lake, and you can see there's little fish out there. So it shouldn't take too long to catch 5 fish, I believe is what you gotta catch. Or is that one 10? I don't know. I think one of the things I already had half as much as what I needed. I don't know if it was glitched or what. But basically, it's pretty easy. You just cast your fishing pole out there. They'll eventually grab on it. And once they start sort of like wiggling right in front of it, pull it in, and you will get a fish. So you have to keep going through this whole process until you get, I think 5 of the fish is what you're going to need. But then once you've got those 5 fish, you can go back to your island. You've got now the stone, you've got the fish. Now we're going to show you how to make the bread. Now, like I told you earlier, you're going to have to mine all the items to get yourself a crafting table. So there's a lot of wood that you have to collect. You have to find lots of trees. Again, it's helpful if you can find other people's islands, and otherwise you're gonna have to kind of grow stuff so that you can chop it down. But otherwise, other people can give you a cooking table as well, and that's what happened to me. Someone gave me a cooking table, so it saved me a little bit of time on collecting all of that wood and all of that, I believe, iron. But once you are able to craft the cooking table, or somebody gives you a cooking table, or, you know, you can just skip this whole thing. You don't have to make a campfire or a cooking table. You can just have somebody give you some bread. So if you just make the bread that you need, you don't even have to go through this process. So basically, you need the wood and the iron. If you're going to make it yourself, people could also give you those ingredients. Once you have the cooking table there, you can just select it. You can put it down somewhere in your island, just like I'm doing here, and go to the cooking table. So now you just click on F to go to the cooking table. Go through here. You can see a list of different items. What you need to make the bread is dough. So to make the bread, actually, you're going to need dough. You're going to need to have mined some coal, and then you're going to have to mine everything else you need to create a fire. You're going to have to craft one of those. So dough is going to be something you're going to need in your inventory. So we've got it right up here, and you can actually just grab that, or you can just have it regularly in your inventory. I think if it's just in your inventory normally, you can still use it. But yeah, place a campfire. You're going to have to make that, put it in your inventory, place it, and then go to the campfire. So once you go to the campfire, you just open that up, and then inside of the campfire, it shows that you can have 2 ingredients. You need the coal to cook something, but you're going to need the coal and the dough. It looks like I don't have the dough. Oh, okay. So there's the food thing. Look at the different items there. There's the regular minerals that you've got. You've got the food. You've got all the different stuff. But basically, you're gonna have to put the dough on it, and then you're going to have to add the coal, and then after a little bit of time, it's going to give you bread, and then after you've cooked the bread, you can go talk to that guy, and you can see how far along you are. So now you're halfway there. Now you just need slime. So as I told you earlier, you want to make a sword. This is just a weak wood sword. It's not very strong. I think you have to hit the slime balls like a couple times, but you go through the first portal and then go through the little portal next to it in the town, and then it'll take you to this little area where you've got little slime balls that you can attack. Now, it's actually, there's slime cubes, but then once you kill the slime cubes, you will get the slime balls that you need, and you need 5 slime balls to get through that part. So after you've got your slime balls, you can just come back here. Next thing we're going to need is coral, but if you want, you can come back here and you can talk to the old man and see how well you're doing so far. So yeah, we've got the stone, the fish, the bread, and the slime. Now we just need coral and a tomato. So we're gonna go back to that lake. Remember the lake that had all the fish in it where we went and caught fish? Now if you go swimming in there, you're going to find coral, and we'll also show you there's a second place that you can go to get coral. So swim down here, and you see basically like this thing right here, this little blue thing. Now that is coral. You can pick it, and it can grow back. And then, of course, after you mine it, I got to use a pickaxe to pick it up. But after I do that, I've got a piece of coral. Again, you can have friends give you coral. And if you get out of this little lake, you can just jump out of there and then run over to the other side. There is another little piece of water, and in this water, it sounds like you can find some coral in there as well. So I'd recommend just kind of go through back and forth to each of the lakes where you can get your coral, get all the coral that you need, and then you'll be fine after you have, I believe, 10 of the coral. No, it's 5 of the coral as well. So we're going to get out of that lake. We're going to head back over to the town. Now, before we head back to our island, see this guy that says seeds? He sells seeds, and he sells them by the seashore. And he's going to have to give you, well, not give you, you're going to have to buy yourself some tomato seeds. So you're going to have to basically do some fishing and sell the fish and earn some coins so that you can buy enough of those. Then again, if someone just wants to give you tomatoes or give you a tomato seed, you will be fine. Again, see here, someone can just give you a tomato and you'll be good to go. Or you can just plant it and then wait for a while. It takes a little bit of time for them to grow and then ripen, but after they ripen, you can just harvest them, and you go to this guy, of course. When you're done, talk to him. After you've got all of these items that are a part of the scavenger hunt, you can finally click on redeem. game. Hopefully you guys are getting some help from friends and you don't have to go through all of this. But yeah, then you'll have the badge there on the bottom right. And then of course, once we've got our badge, we want to go into the game RB Battles. So we're going to go in there, we're going to go to the corner, and we're going to make sure that it is going to accept our badge. So we are 2/3 of the way there, guys. We've got 8 of them down, 4 more, then we've got the winner's wings. I don't know if we're going to need the wings in order to get to the shrine. That might be a possibility. But anyways, we're going to figure it out. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.